Mark Williams, welcome to the Uplift Live podcast. You are going to be one of our speakers in Birmingham. It's a great honor to be able to host you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Can't wait. I can't believe it's so long to wait till March. It's seems a long time away for me at the moment, but I'm sure once we get past Christmas, it'll come upon us in a flash.
Yeah, it will a bit. And it feels odd to be saying this, given that you are Mr. LinkedIn. But tell us, for the people who don't know who you are, what do you know about LinkedIn?
Oh God, where do you start?
It's a
I
short
mean,
podcast.
look, I think one of the things I would say about me and LinkedIn. I mean, it changes so often, and there's so much complexity to it that I don't think anybody could ever claim to know everything about LinkedIn. But I have been doing this a long time, and I think one of the things I feel is a strength with regards to knowing about LinkedIn is just that sense of knowing the company and the direction that they go in, and sometimes they make a change, and you think, oh, I assume this, or one would assume this from what they're doing, but sometimes when you've been doing this as long as I have, you kind of go, no, I'm not actually sure that's true. I think it's probably more like this, and interpreting and understanding the platform from the perspective of users and how users have changed the way they use it. I guess again that's just the longer you've seen it, the more you've been around it, the easier it is to be able to make that kind of crossover between what the platform or what the company are doing and how its users will actually want to use it.
Yeah, it's one of the things I appreciate most about your LinkedIn Formed podcast is that you actually cogitate and digest this stuff and then think about what it might mean strategically and explain that really well on the podcast. So if anyone hasn't come across LinkedIn Formed, it's just gone through its 400th episode. It pretty much is required listening, I would say, if you're going to be coming to this advanced conference for LinkedIn specialists. You need to be listening to Mark's podcast. So go and check it out. It's a regular for me on a Saturday afternoon. Now, Mark, I often think of you as the Swiss Army knife of LinkedIn because you just know so many things about so many parts of what is a massive beast. Um, we're too far away from the conference for you to tell us any specifics about what you're going to talk about. But what can you say something about the kind of state of LinkedIn and where you think it's going, and maybe give us some idea of the kind of advanced things that you might want to talk about?
I mean, it's funny, isn't it? Every year, or certainly for the last few years, in January, I do a sort of prediction of what I think is going to happen over the next year, and I usually get it quite wrong.
Yeah.
so, so I've given up trying to really predict on where LinkedIn's going to go. But the one thing we do know is that it's going to change, and it always does, and it always will. I think there are indications from LinkedIn that they are making a real concerted effort to try and stem the tide of personal content. And they're
Mm.
trying to kind of dictate to us that they want to see more business content. And that's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a kind of a good thing in the sense that maybe people do go a bit too far with personal content on LinkedIn. But it's a bad thing also in the sense that it kind of drives me a bit mad that LinkedIn feel they can dictate to us what they think we should do on their
Mm.
platform. They like to feel that they can influence us and change our behavior. And it's always an interesting observation of how we kind of push back from that.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely right. I mean, a case in point in recent times has been this rumor that they're going to be getting rid of hashtags, and anyone who knows how social media works actually knows that hashtags were an invention by members. Users came up with the idea, and so they're trying to take away something from us that I think a lot of people find quite useful, and at least others are neutral about. It's just
yeah.
weird, isn't it, how they make their decisions, and they seem to do stuff that we never ask for. I mean, what's going on with that?
Because they think they know better,
Mm.
basically. I think there is a kind of culture, not just within LinkedIn. I think Silicon Valley, full stop, where I think they almost kind of feel that they are a superhuman race. They're sort of they're more advanced than we are. They can think ahead more than we can, and they kind of lead the way. And so, what we think we want and what we think we should be doing on LinkedIn, they know better, and so
Mm.
And I think that's a cultural thing as much as it is. It's certainly not true, but it's I don't believe it's true, but I think it's largely a cultural thing within LinkedIn. Of course, the other thing that I think is going to change a lot is artificial intelligence, and
Hmm.
LinkedIn have really jumped in with 2 feet on that one. I think driven by Microsoft more than anything. But I think we're going to see, by the time we get to March, that may well have changed quite considerably. But who would have predicted this time last year that AI would be even anywhere near LinkedIn?
Yeah, absolutely. Good point. We just don't know what's coming down the pipe. I do feel, and I'm obviously biased here, but if they just listened to the LinkedIn specialist training community, it would be such a better platform for everyone, and they'd probably end up earning more money. So it's ridiculous that they don't just open the door to us, but there we go. And during the conference, actually, what we're going to aim to do is towards the end of the day, see if we can get the speakers to get together for an open Q&A session where we can have this kind of grumpy old man debate about how we can put the world to rights and answer questions. And Mark's talk is going to be some advanced LinkedIn tips of whatever's going to be relevant by the time that March comes along. We really can't predict that. So if you want to come and join us, I really would love to see you in Birmingham. Tickets are available at uplift-live.com. The event is a whole day purely about LinkedIn, and it takes place on Thursday, the 21st of March, 2024, at Millennium Point in Birmingham, a lovely venue that can hold up to 350 people. Be amazing if we could sell that out. Come and see Mark and 6 other speakers, which are being announced on the podcast. It's going to be a wonderful day. If you have any questions, drop me a line. And thank you, Mark, for joining us. It's a real honor to be able. It's going to be fantastic to meet you for first of all, because we
Yeah,
haven't actually physically met.
I know, bizarre, isn't it?
But to meet you, to catch up, to meet everyone else, and to have you on stage talking as Mr. LinkedIn at a LinkedIn conference, admittedly an independently run one, not an official one, that's going to be a great honor, and I really can't wait for it. So thanks again for joining us.
Honour for
And
me as well, John. So I can't wait.
wonderful. Cheers. And we will see you soon in Birmingham. Thanks a lot.